Hey guys, Fearcraft here, and today we're finally going to be doing the next build of the Titanic. And today's build is going to be all about issue 34, which is going to be continuing more work on the engine room floor and finishing up the second reciprocating engine. So let me just go ahead and get my parts, and then we'll begin. So, box 34. You can see right here, box 34. So we'll need that. Go ahead and put these to the side. You're going to need a screwdriver set. You're going to need your tweezers. You're also going to need your Loctite Ultra Gel Control Super Glue. And you're going to need your second engine and your engine room floor. And then I've got the first engine right here, but we're not going to need that. I'll just set it to the side. And then I'll go ahead and I'll get the book open to the part we need. Thrust block and pumps. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my tweezers. And I'm going for the ESD17 tweezers again. First step, step 1. Take the large pump details 34A, 34B, 34C, and 34F. Use a little glue to fit part 34C in place on top of the base. One peg is larger than the other to ensure you fit it the right way round. Fit parts 34B and 34F on top of the base 34A and fix in place with 2 EP screws from the underside of the base. Make sure the parts do not revolve as you tighten the screws. Okay, so that's that one where we did that thing where I screwed the parts down first and then I put the little piece on. So we're going to be repeating that same step with this one. So until I need this, I'm going to set the engine room floor over here to the side. I'm going to set my engine over there to the side. I'm going to get you zoomed in down here because this is where we're going to be working. That's our Tears of the Kingdom mouse pad that my family made me. And I'm going to get the box. So we're going to need this baggie right here that has these parts. You're going to need that bag. We're going to need the EP screws. And I'm looking for my next part in here because it's small. It's not in that bag. There it is. We're going to need this bag right here. So getting those parts set aside down there, I'm going to go ahead and set this box to the side over here until I need more parts out of it. I'm going to get my screwdriver ready. And I'm going with PH1. So the PH1 screwdriver. Okay. So the first things first, we have to get this baggie right here open. Which is always a fun little thing to do. Got it. Okay. Let me just set that to the side there. Grab my tweezers. Alright. So the first part that we need is this big old flat surface one. We're also going to need that one. And we're going to need that one. And then this part that's in the bag stays in there for right now because it's not needed yet. We're also going to need 2 screws. We got to get 2 EP screws out of here. So, working on that. Alright. And I got to grab 2 out of here. So, come on. There's 1. And there's 2. And then we're going to close this bag back up. We have 3 left in there. Okay, so the first step is identifying the way I got to hold this. So let me look at the book. Okay, so it's holding it this way. Just give me a few seconds here. Alright, figured it out. Okay, so the little one right here is going to go, you got to hold it this way round. The little one's going to go on this side right here. And then making sure that you plug it in there with the key shape, just like last time. We're going to have to slowly put this in and not try to let it revolve around. So, it's got a little key shape here. You're going to put that key shape into that hole. So, getting it in there, trying my best to hold it. And I'm going to slowly start to put it in place. Which is the fun part. See here, as you can see, it went crooked there a bit. So, we're going to have to untighten it. And then we're going to have to tighten it again. Let's see here. Still getting it crooked. Try again. This is a tedious process to do. But you want to make sure, like it says in the instructions, that these don't turn. Which is easier said than done. I'll tell you that right now. No turning. Stop turning. I think that might almost have it. Dang it. Turned again. This is not the easiest thing to do. So, there, I got it finally. Now we're going to take our other one, which we got to do the same thing. Key shape, put it on like that. So, same gist. Getting the screw loaded. Just like that. Looking for the key shape. Goes this way. I'm going to try my best to hold this. Not let this sucker turn. Which I know it's going to be easier said than done. Okay, I've caught it. It's bitten. So now we got to our best to get this part slowly in there. And let's see how we're looking from the top. I think it's got it. There. Okay, like that. Now your next step is going to be getting into this baggie right here. And you're going to need to get a hold of that piece right there. So, let me get this bag open. Take my tweezers. Grab a hold of that part. It's got another one on it. There. Pulling out that little part, setting it down there. Closing this bag back up, making sure those other two pieces don't fall out. Getting my other tweezers because I'm going to need the precision tweezers for this. Now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get a hold of that little part and put it onto this part. So let me look at this. Okay, I see where it goes. Alright, so we're going to have to get our Ultra Gel Control Loctite Super Glue ready. I'm going to have to make sure that this is facing the right way. Alright, so from the looks of it, yeah. Okay, looking at it from this way, you got to hold it this way. You want to make sure that... Sorry, my hand is in the way. I'm sorry. Let me try grabbing it with the tweezers and show you. Okay. You want to make sure that this piece is facing that way. So when this goes on, it's going to be facing that direction. So let me just go ahead and get this piece ready. Let me get the Ultra Gel Control ready. Just like that. Now you want to put it on facing this way. Locating those two holes that it goes in. Make sure it gets in there. Basically like that. You want it facing like that. So now that piece should be in there. Now we're going to go on to step 2. Step 2. Fit the peg at the bent end of the pipe 34M into the large pump connection 34R. Fit the peg on part 34U into the hole in part 34S. The parts have to be glued in place below, but we advise you to check the fit on the assembly from step 1, see step 3. Okay? So we got to get a hold of some parts here. There's a note here too. I'm going to read this note right fast. Note: many of the parts in this issue are very small. We suggest you keep them in the bags as supplied until you need them. You may need to sand. You may need to sand down pegs or enlarge holes with a round-nosed file to ensure a good fit. Always check the fit carefully before applying glue. Alright. So we're going to need to get into the box again. And we're going to need these 2 bags. So now the 2 bags that you need is this bag right here with all these pipes. And you need this bag right here with all the gauges. And to give you a good example of what we did there to that, that's what that now looks like. So the first thing you want to do, you want to get into this bag right here. And you need to get a hold of, let's see here, where's my tweezers? I keep losing those things. Okay. You need to get this cylinder looking piece out of the bag. On this one, after you got that, you got to go over to this bag right here. And in this bag, you want to get a hold of, there it is. You want to get a hold of this pipe right here that has this pressure gauge on it. You want to get a hold of that pipe right there. So, working on opening the bag, like we always do. Let me see here. Hang on a minute, y'all. Bag's fighting me. These bags ain't the easiest thing to get into. Okay, I got my tweezers in position. And there we go. I got the bag open. So, like I said before, we're going to fish out that part. Which I'm thinking it's right there. Yeah, that one. That one's the one you want. Setting it down on their work surface. Sealing the bag even though we got to open it again. Now we're going to get a hold of the cylinder piece that's in this bag. So going for the cylinder. Let me see here. Hang on a minute here. Gotta fight with this one. Alright. Now that I got into it, I'm going to grab that cylinder. I just got to get a hold of it from the bottom where its peg is. Somehow. Flip around. Got it. Setting it down there. And then sealing the rest of the gauges in there. Okay. Now that we have those 2 parts, what you're going to have to do here, there's a hole here. And then that pipe, like this right here, the peg at the end of this pipe has to go into that hole. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my Ultra Gel Control Power Gel. Put some gel on that. I'm going to take the part. I'm going to hold it the right way around, making sure that the peg is facing toward the bottom. And then I'm going to insert that piece onto that. Just like that. And then I'm going to do my best to eyeball this to make sure that it goes on as straight as possible. Just like that. And now we have that part built, ready to go on. So we're going to set it down here. We're going to let it dry a bit. And then we're going to go to the next step and get the other pipes we need. So now we need some more small parts. And the small part I'm looking for is not in this bag. I'm going to this one now. Okay, one of them is in this bag. You need this really curvy pipe out of this bag. So, going ahead and getting out the curvy pipe, I'll show you what it looks like when I get it out. That one right there. You want that one right there that has a peg at the bottom of the pipe. That's the one you want. So getting that out, you're going to seal this bag back up. We got 2 more pipes left in that. I'm going to have to go into, it looks like, the box again to look for the other part. No, it's not there. Okay, it's not in the box, so it's got to be over here in these bags. So let me look through these bags. That's the one I just got. That's not it. No, that's not it. It's not it. Okay, there it is. It's in this bag right here with this little elbow-shaped pipe. You want that faucet-looking piece right there. That's what we want. So I'm working on now getting out the faucet-looking piece. But you can see it right there. I got it. Whoa. Ha ha ha. It's trying to go flinging. Nope, that ain't happening. Alright. Closing up the bag, that way the elbow pipe stays in there. So now we have those 2 parts. So now I'm looking at my instructions here. I'm going to grab this part right here. And I'm going to keep it the way around that I got it. And then that little faucet piece is going to go right onto this part. But it's going to go into the back hole right here. The very bottom back hole. It's going to go in there. Not this one. But it's going to go in that one. And the way this faucet piece is going to go on, the same way like I showed you before. Look for this little peg at the bottom in the middle right there. Pretend this is like a water faucet thing you would turn on and off. Let's see, it's like a half water faucet thing. Imagine it that way. And this would be like a on, and that right there would be off. Like you would just turn it on and off. And then you're going to apply some glue to the bottom of this whole peg right here. So, getting this in my hand to where I can hold it. I'm going to take my Loctite Ultra Gel Control Super Glue. Get some gel on there. And then like I said before, it's going into that very bottom hole. So taking it and setting it down on there, making sure that it stays as straight as possible. And then we got to hold it and let the glue do its thing. Just like that. You can see it looks like a turn faucet now on it. And then you got it facing that way. So that's correct. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take this pipe. And this little part right here is going to plug into that part right there you see. And keep in mind, this has got to be attached down to your engine room floor too. So, taking some Ultra Gel Control. Once again. And then I'm going to insert this pipe into that little hole right there. This could be a fight to get it in there. I don't know yet. So we're going to try to insert that pipe into that part. And what I'm doing is, while I'm keeping it in there, I'm also eyeballing down here where the floor is, because this thing has to stab into the engine room floor down here. And I want it to go as straight as I can get it, and not a crooked pipe or a too far going up pipe. So I'm making sure that stays level with that. Just like that. Because I definitely don't want a crooked pipe. And then our last thing that we're going to do, we're going to take the part that we built earlier, this one right here. We're going to hold it this way. We're going to apply some Ultra Gel Control Loctite super glue onto this peg. And then that is going to go into that hole right there you see, that D-shaped hole. So we're going to take it and we're going to insert it onto that piece like that. It's stuck to my hand, man. Oh, come on. Let go. Now let's try this again. Oh, man. I got glue somehow on my thumb. So, let's do the little getting it to dry right fast. There we go. Let's try this again. Third time's the charm, right? Like that, and you want to make sure that you eyeball it from the front and you get it going as straight as you can get it. Just like that. And there we have the pumps built. So let me read the instructions. Probably went a little ahead, which I'm thinking I did. That's okay. Step 3. Take the pump base assembly from step 1. The peg on part 34S fits into the hole in part 34B. Glue in place above, then fit the peg on connection 34R into the outer hole of part 34F. Glue in place. The photo on the right shows the completed large pump. The control and valve will be fitted later. Okay, now we're going on to step 4. Okay. Step 4. Take the engine room floor, 26H, from issue 32. Identify the fixing point of the pump on the starboard side. Okay. Of the floor. Fit the shaped raised screw hole on the base of the pump in the corresponding hole in the floor left. At the same time, the peg on the end of part 34U fits into a hole in the floor. Yellow arrow. Turn the assembly over and fix in place with an EP screw below. turn the assembly over again and glue the D-shaped peg on part 34L in place in the hole beside the pump below left and bottom. Okay, so now we're going to put our other pump down to the floor. So here's our floor, our engine room floor. We're going to identify, let's see here, so it's this hole right here. You're going to look for this hole right here. You're also going to be looking for this one, and you're going to be looking for that one. So now we're going to take our assembled pump, and it's got to turn around. I want to put it this way. Okay, so now we're going to take that. We're going to basically find the hole that goes there in front, and this thing has to slide. This is going to be hard. This has to slide basically down. So let me make sure that I find that hole. Got it. Alright. Alright. Yeah, we got it. Okay, basically like that. And I gotta make sure to get that all the way down. But also, like I said, this peg back here has got a hole that it goes to in the floor. So this is where you're going to need your tweezers for. Because you gotta take this peg back here, and you gotta press this pipe down until you find where that hole is, which it's very hard to spot. So just give me a few seconds here. I'm trying to locate that hole. Where is it? Oh, Lord have mercy. Where you at? It's kind of hard to see, you know, under that thing. Let me look at the bottom. So it's closer to here. Right there it is. It's closer to there, so it's over towards... Gosh, is it more further back? I think I almost found it. I think it's more further back.